Well, that's all welded up and I'm very pleased with it. We also welded that had a bit of a split in it. The hinge on the bin box is lovely, and now it's a matter of getting that wing so it's dead straight. There was no rust in it, no splits on the side which will make it flex, and I'm not adverse to using a bit of filler to get a perfect shape. These wings are very, very thick, very, very strong, so they don't flex, and to take up a few dents, it's the best thing. A lot of people frown on filler, but if it's used in the right place, it's not constructional, it can really smarten the vehicle up. I'm well pleased with my hinge. Have a look at this, look. That's looking lovely. And I think you'll agree that looks very, very original. Yeah, pleased with that. And then there's various dents as you'd get on bin boxes and things, and they've all got to be beaten out a bit and then a bit of skimming. There were some horrible bits here where it had been had a cage welded on the back. There's a bit here that still got some welding marks, so I'll skim that as well. But there's no rust there, so it will never lift. If we replace that, that had been squashed as usual. Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a paint job. The other fault is, well, I need to buy a fishtail. You've got to have a fishtail on your Ferret. And then the other fault is, when you look at the hubs, on each side the fillers should line up, and on this one it's right on the bottom, and on this one it's right on the top. Now you would expect that hub, one of them, to be busted, or a bevel box busted, but we've jacked it up and we've spun them, and they're not. It is driving on four wheels. They're just not located properly, so whoever put one of them hubs on just didn't give it as much care and thought as he should have done. But anyway, we'll have all that to bits and spin it round 180 degrees and put it back on again. If you're going to do it right. And these, I reckon these are off a Leopard. And I reckon these are off a Leopard. They're not really galoshes, you're not supposed to wear them on your feet. But that I reckon is off a Leopard tank. They come from Ireland, apparently it's got a lot of history. I would think it was a Gulf War one, but more interestingly, it's been bright orange at one time in its life. Now, I remember there was a company called Amy Services, and they drove a Saracen all over the country advertising Bacardi Spicer, and that was in black and orange stripes. Makes you think if this could be something to do with Bacardi Spice, because I can think of no other reason to do it in bright orange. I don't think I'm going to keep it in bright orange. I think I should go back to probably a high gloss NATO. I think that would look pretty cool. Not got me trimming stuff away to the trimmer, but I have stripped it all out, and I'm making some new padded areas that were either missing or beyond out of that closed cell foam that doesn't soak up water. Why the army used to use normal foam, I cannot understand. But anyway, we're going to get the old girl smart. I reckon that is the last application of the last little bits of imperfections. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And that one there, only a little dent, but you know what? To make it really go right, you have to blend it, such a big area. What are you doing, big girl? Are you sure you should be doing that in your condition? Are you sure you should be doing that on one of our kitchen chairs in there? What are you doing? What are you doing?
And number 3 is a bit of a bitch.
Oh, plug leads. Yeah. Yes. It's important to do your plugs up tight, but your plug leads up just firm. Otherwise, when you come to undo a plug lead, the bloody plug splins. I really do think, darling, you should not be balancing. Okay.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Well, I've got a few holes to drill at the front where I've repaired a wing. This was quite a straight old girl, no rust. But as with all ferrets, they have a few little dents here and there. And a little dent, by the time you've got it dead flat, it turns out to be a foot long. Hardly noticeable, but I just like them sharp. Now, this front wing had a bit of a wallop, and we beat the bastard out with a big hammer, and we planished it quite nice. But at the end of the day, this is some tough old steel, and you're never going to get it dead flat. So we put a little skim of filler here and there to keep it really sharp. Right, here we go, darling, you can take over. I've just got to open up these holes for the indicator pod.
You got it stuck.
Oh no! Yep, that'll do. Now these ones here. So are you spraying this or am I?
Me?
Okay.
My turn.
All right, we've got to blow the dust off, and then I want to park this outside and get that Land Rover out for photographs. This is going on the website for sale. Wander round, wander round.
It's a peachy one.
It is a very peachy one. And what I am surprised to see is I bought this, oh, I don't know, a month and a half ago, and we finally got round to spraying it and finishing it all. And now, when I look on Brightwells, buying them raw, not knowing what you're buying, needing spraying, probably, well, needing registering and everything else, they're making more than we're selling them for. Maybe time to put the price up. Wolves are going up fast.
How much is a tidy wolf?
It's about 13 or 14 grand, and by the time you paid your 10% and in your delivery, that's what they were making in Brightwells.
Blimey.
Yeah,
That's more than what you used to pay, isn't it?
I know. I used to, they've damn near doubled in the last 8 months.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, and we put seats in the back too. They're quite expensive. Come and have a look. You can soon burn a couple of days stripping out all the radio shit, spraying it all out and fitting new seats.
I apologise, the colour means you can't see very well at all.
But we'll have another look when we're outside.
Yeah.
Go on, woman, blow, blow, harder, sorry, nearer, nearer. Get nearer to the filler, and then you'll rip it off a bit better. She'll mess around like this for hours. As far as she's concerned, it's like Hoover in the lounge. Yeah, women are good at this thing. They've got little hands getting them close bits. That's why they've got small hands, so they can get in the trite bits when you're doing spannering. And they've got small feet, so they get nearer to the kitchen sink when they're washing up. Don't get water on the floor. Well done, sweetie. Get closer on that filler. About 3 inches away. That's it. Well done, well done. You can see where I married her, can't you? Haven't you finished yet? That's it. We're just sealing the filler, really. Lovely jobby, lovely jobby. Okay, that bit on the top there where I did my fancy hinge. Lovely, lovely, lovely. A bit nearer to the vehicle. No, no, not there. Nearer the actual vehicle, not the... Down there. Looking good. Oh, that's it. Lovely, lovely. Like I say, we're just doing the fillered area, so we seal it. Lovely old job. Steady. Just a filler, yeah. Yeah, nice wrist action. That's enough. And a bit there. You get the hang of this, baby. I can see why I married you. Look at that. That's enough. That one on the top of the wing. We're just getting the shape of the vehicle. Lovely. That one under there. This is where some cage was welded on it, so I reckon this has got a bit of Gulf War history. What? Yep, this will be harder. Don't spray me fire. Okay. Hang on, I've had an idea. Lucky I took the sheets off our bed today, darling. Lovely. Yeah, another coat. Then work your way up. Lovely jobby, lovely jobby, lovely, lovely. You will get a pay rise. You're doing very well. Very well. Where's Adrian? Now this is the tricky one. Yeah, start from the top. Get in all the tricky bits. Keep your spray gun moving. Try not to spray me too much. Get into the corners. Overlap half each. No, get too much on now. Overlap half each run. You got it. You got it. Looking good. I'll do the edges.
That's not bad.
What I love about military vehicles is with just a mediocre filler job, no primer, straight on with your etching paint, and I actually put the rest of the vehicle to shame. So the problem is, if you do it too good on your repairs, it makes it look odd because the rest of the vehicle was never manufactured to that standard. So we may have to dent it a bit afterwards.
I can help with that.
chocolate brownie. Oh, thank you. My hands are dirty.
Not the bag. Oh, yummy. Yummy, yummy. So what's it going like, sweetie?
Well, we've done all the electrics and it's going a bit better. Or it was. This is from a total cold start. Let's see.
Get out of the way. Chubs.
I can still do it.
Shoehorn yourself out of that.
Well, I can't get out the front and I can't put my socks on standing up. I know I'm getting old.
I think he did try that the other morning, but he did fall.
I did actually, didn't I? Another one finished. I've got a feeling that Kate's going to take a bit of a liking to one of these wolves and it'll be her daily drive. It suits her as kind of lady of the manor. Yeah, quite a little sweetie. We've got a left-hand drive one of these, and that's quite rare. First one we've ever had. Probably the last as well. It was a lot of money. Only thing is, I'm reckoning that a left-hand drive Land Rover will be sold abroad, and if it's sold abroad, we won't have to charge them VAT. So then it doesn't look quite so scary. I should stop driving really and let Kate become my chauffeur. She's very good. Yep, looking good. You know where they say that women can't reverse and they can't park? Just watch this, look. Just watch this. Hey, just watch this. This is my woman parking. Mind you, she knows if she rammed it into my Jeep, I'd probably have to strangle her. And then afterwards she'd kill me. Look at that, using her wing mirrors as well. Remarkable, isn't it? There we go. Look at that. Well done, sweetness. So, another one in the line. We've sold a lot of these recently. No one's taken the bait on this old girl. And I am surprised. This is a 5 litre V6 something or other. And it goes like Billy Whiz. I like this bit best. Hey, no bag limit. I love it. I'm going to have that duplicated and sell them. But it's got some serious power. The bottom end is a Chevy Blazer. And the top is a 1942 Willys Jeep. Done by a professional man who's made lots of these sort of things in America at huge expense. It travelled across Australia. And then it came to the UK and I ended up buying it. And I love it. But you can't hang on to everything, and I have overspent recently. I've got a lot of stuff coming that you people haven't seen yet, and it's going to be very, very exciting. It's also got a pinnacle mount in the back. You can't quite see it. Well, you can just about see it. And that is for a 50 cal or a 30 cal machine gun. How cool is that? But what's even cooler, look, just see how cool this is. See how cool that is? It's the heater. I know that's a bit of a contradiction, but it's not. That hoofs out hot air. My Wellington's melted the other day, caught fire, I had to run over and jump in a river. It really does whop it out. Got a nice bit of weather kit. Now these seats are Recaro's, probably out of an injection Capri, but he's had them trimmed up in army canvas. But that's your pinnacle mount. All this top comes off obviously, and he's put electric windscreen wipers in it as well. Obviously got power steering and all that kind of stuff. And when you put your foot down, it just takes off. It can fly.
You done waffling?
Yeah, I've done waffling. Right, are we going to put that other Land Rover in? Come on then. Now I started doing up a Land Rover the other day to paint it in 3-colour camouflage for a customer that I'd sold one to, and DVL had taken bloody ages to register it. I got part of the way through it and then found out we hadn't even registered this one, so that was a waste of time. But now I've started, I may as well finish. But anyway, we finished in one, and it's over there ready for his shooting on this Saturday. No, yesterday. Yesterday, so I hope he really enjoyed it. And then when his logbook comes through, he can have his one back again. Okie coke, this other yellow one is one I've not put on the website yet. I'm going to take some pictures of that in a minute, and that's going to go on. What a beauty. Right, sweet, that's your one.
Okay.
If you drive that in the workshop where the green one was, and I'll meet you in a minute. My wife is very beautiful and scrubs up great, but where it really matters is in the workshop, obviously. And she is very, very useful. Now she's going to back into the yellow one now. We've just finished spraying. Not lightly. Look at that, power steering. Quite a civilised beast, these old snatches. I really like them. I like them in the 3 colour. I have sold a couple in yellow, but I prefer the 3 colour camouflage. Englishman's Humvee. Right, better get on with the job. Winnie? Who is it? Go on, find him. Kill, 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 kill. Knob grab, knob grab, knob grab. Good girl.
Sir, that's a good job here.
Thank you, Adrian.
Oh, I just remember. What is knob grab means in English? Because
Knob grab?
yes.
Well, it's easier if I show you. Winnie, come here.
Fuck, I remember. Oh.
Get him, Winnie, get him. Come on, Winnie. Well, it's been a busy day all in all, what with ferreting and spraying and pissing around with Land Rovers, but the most important Land Rover is my Range Rover Land Rover, because the ignition barrel jammed. And all the people on the internet are saying it's pull fuse 18 and it's an electrical issue, but it's not. This was the ignition barrel. It actually was the ignition barrel. So there we go. I need another one of them, new or second hand. But one way or another, I can't leave me lovely old beast sitting here dead. What do you reckon, Adrian? Yeah. It's criminal leaving it not being used. I've used this nearly every day for the last 15 years. And it is a peach of a vehicle. Now, people slag these off, but most of them carry on driving them. And I've got one and I love it. And it goes wrong sometimes. And Kate's got one and she loves it, and it goes wrong quite a lot. But every time it goes wrong and we do a little bit on it, it gets a little bit better. And all in all, you've got to make your mind up. Do you pay 50, 60, 70 grand on one and have massive depreciation? And if you have a cam belt, need changing or something like this, or a turbo, it's body off? Or do you stick to one of these L332s, which are a beautiful vehicle? And yeah, a little bit troublesome, but then aren't all cars. Unless it's Japanese, and who wants to drive a Japanese car? So I'm sticking with it. What do you reckon, Adrian? Should I stick with my old Bessie? Yeah. I think so, yes. There you go. Now, one of these on eBay, second hand, with 2 keys, bishty bash bosh, is about 50 quid. So it took me an hour and a half to strip it out. 50 quid, bosh, I'm back on the road. And I probably won't get anything else go wrong for 2 or 3 months. But if you're not a bit handy with the old spanners and the screwdrivers, then maybe you'll have to buy some jack motor.